Okay, looks like I am straight. Am I together? Yes, I am.
Pick yourself, ooh. Pick yourself, ooh. Pick yourself, ooh. Pick yourself.
Alright, what's up, guys? I am Raven, aka Mississippi, and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, and for my very first video I decided to do a video on information about moving to Houston, Texas, my perspective that you need to be mindful of before you move. So I have been in Houston, Texas for almost a year now, so I have a list of pros and cons that I'm going to go through. My pros are longer than my cons. I'm kind of picky, and if I have to be somewhere, I must be comfortable being there. So trust that Houston is a place for a plethora of lifestyles and interests. Know that. All right, so firstly, before you move anywhere, you should want to first look for a job, secure a job, employment, whatever job you would want. I know people say that Houston is so huge and that the job market here is wonderful, and that if you can't find a job in Houston, then you just not looking. But find a job and then secure housing. And if you see me looking down, I have notes on my phone. So secure your job first and then look for housing. I work in the educational field. I'm a certified teacher, so teaching jobs are easy to find. They're everywhere all the time. So that was not hard for me at all. I secured my job first, and then I found somewhere to stay, and I did not live far from the place where I work. And talking about, you know, this being such a huge place, you want to be mindful to live close to where you work. You can live far if you want to. Your commute time is going to be way longer, and that can become costly, wear and tear on your vehicle, gas, and your time from sitting in traffic. So you have to figure out what's the best route and ways for you to do that. Cost of living. I moved from Mississippi, and cost of living in Mississippi is relatively low, but in some areas it has the tendency to be rather high. Like it's a whole big city in a place with a whole bunch of, you know, tax income there, but that's not the case. So moving here to Houston, given the fact that I make more than I made in Mississippi, the difference in cost of living is honestly not that much to me. Like my percentage, I probably bring home, after I pay all of my bills, more here than I did there. So to me, it's actually a lot better. So I'm not really concerned about cost of living like that. This is not like LA. You can get a lot here in the South. That if you were in LA, it might be a small little bitty house, and you can get a lot for a little here. Houston is hugely populated. There are a lot of people here. When I came here, I went to a Marshall's one Sunday morning, random Sunday morning. And in Mississippi, people are not waiting outside at the door for stores, unless it may be like a grocery store, a few people here and there maybe out there. There was a line outside of Marshall's. I was so confused and perplexed. I was like, do they have a sale or something? Is it Black Friday? Child, no, it was just a random day in Houston, Texas, and that's just what people do. Because there's so many people here, people feel like they need to be the early bird everywhere, except for when it counts. So you do need a car for the way it's spread out and how big it is and how many people are here. It's not New York. You can't just go take the subway and go. You're going to need a car from here to there, to A to B. I mean, they have Lyft and Uber like a bunch of other places, but that's going to end up being really costly over time. So you may want to consider getting your car if you don't have one. Highways, beltways, and interstates. So Houston has all of these things. Because it's so big, you have these beltways, highways, intersections everywhere, and they crisscross, intersect, interject, intertweed, interlude, interpede, all of those things. So the way they go, they look easier honestly on a map, and then when you start to drive them, because it's bigger in real life, it can get very confusing and complex. So just drive around once you first come, learn places especially around you that's close to you, learn the bare necessities that are close to you. Then, you know, explore the city as you go around to different places and learn the different areas where not to go, because there are some of those as well where you do not need to be, period. It's vastly spread out. They have, it's huge. Also, speaking of transportation, people in Houston can't drive, honey. They cannot drive to save their lives. Coming here, I thought that people in Mississippi could not drive, and I thought it was really bad. Nah. People in Mississippi can drive compared to Houston. People in Houston have no regard for other people, for other people's lives, for other people's safety. I've been cut off of roads here and out of intersections and out of lanes more here in this almost year than I ever was in my 20-something years living in Mississippi. It's horrible here. And all the time when I watch the news, I hear of somebody in some traffic accident just about every day when I watch the news. So it's really bad. Be careful when you move here. That is probably my biggest con, things dealing with the traffic. Like, it's probably like my #1 and biggest con in Houston. Be mindful of people. I've heard of quite a few drunk driving accidents as well around here. Some people can't even just walk downtown on a wonderful night because you have people taking other people's lives into their own hand and being careless and just flat out ignorant by getting behind a wheel. But be mindful of that. Be careful. Drive for yourself and others. Be cautious and aware of your surroundings, especially when you're driving. Also about traffic, there are morning rushes, lunch rushes, and dinner rushes, afternoon, late afternoon, evening. Coming across I-10 and like going toward Katy is the worst in the afternoons to me. And I heard it's worse in other areas, but I ain't never trying to be in none of it. Okay, so that's why I live close to where I work, and it may be like that, like forever, as much as I can to live that close. Cause I don't have the patience, y'all. I got thick thighs, but I have very thin patience. Also, being here in Houston, I know I talked a lot about the traffic, but that being my biggest con, I just have a lot to say about stuff that's a con. If I enjoy it and it's going well, I don't have much to say about it because ain't nothing wrong. There are so many opportunities in the Houston area. So many opportunities for families, for just couples, for singles, for kids, for people who are looking for, you can find anything in your niche. Whatever your niche is, you can find it here in Houston. Like, there's something for everybody to do. You can log on to Eventbrite. They list things for free and paid events. A lot of times they have a lot of events on there that's going around the city, official events and unofficial, maybe smaller ones. Facebook groups, Instagram hashtags, anything like that. Look for those because they'll list those types of events. That's one thing that I love about being here, is that there's so many things to do. Nightlife and events. For millennials like myself, there are so many things to do, so many places. If you don't like ratchet hood clubs, then there are a lot of lounges for a more laid back, more mature adult setting. But if you do love the ratchet hood environments as well, it's a bunch of those. Just not for me. It's not my thing, so can't recommend any to you. But I can recommend some more laid back adult type ones that I'll link in the description. One reason that I chose Houston, in addition to like cost of living, the job market for education, was also the weather. The weather is very similar to Mississippi's. However, it is quite different. We people from Mississippi often say that Mississippi's weather is bipolar. Well, let me just tell you this. Houston's weather is bipolar, schizophrenic, split personality disorder, all of those. Houston's weather is the absolute worst. Houston can literally go through several seasons in one day. Today, the weather is currently 61 degrees. It's 69. It changed. It was 58 when I first woke up. About 8 something, it was 58. And one day this week, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, it was like 90 something degrees. But it literally can go from summer, winter, spring, and fall all in one absolute day. Like, seriously. Never experienced that in my life, so I came here. I'm lying. Yes, I have. On the Gulf of Mississippi, it kind of does that too. But I guess, you know, it's a geographical location thing for any type of Gulf location. being on the Gulf, you have that type of weather. So this is typical. Food. Everyone's absolute favorite. And on that, I'm going to take a sip of my old bang. Yes, honey. And this is a no carb, no calorie energy drink. I see a lot of keto people doing it. I'm also on keto. I've been on it for a month and I'm doing really well. And my next video will be about keto stuff. So, baby, stay tuned because I'm going to add some of these in it too. And I like this flavor. Yeah, this one is good. And I'll drink to that. Okay, so food. Oh, child, where do I start? There is so much food here in Houston. I dropped weight and I gained weight when I came here. And then I said, hold on, sis, put a stop to it because you're doing too much. But I had to really take a step back because there's such a plethora, such an immense variety of food in Houston. Every cultural background. I mean, there's so many. Like, it is so saturated with different types of food. If you love Creole, Cajun, to soul food, to Thai, Mediterranean, Japanese, Chinese, it does not matter. Jamaican, whatever type of food you love, you're going to find a place in Houston. And also, I've learned of a few keto-friendly places around town too. So in my keto video, I'm going to add those in there. But I have been to so many places that I love and that I am going to go to when I have my cheat days again, because it ain't over. I can't just let them go like that. But there are so many places. Turkey Leg Hut is a really good one. Turkey Leg Hut give you a lot of portions for the price. So you may think it's a little pricey, but if you go in there and order something, several people can eat from that. So I'm actually going to put a picture of what I had from Turkey Leg Hut in the next frame. The Lost Cajun in Atascocita is really good for Cajun food. They have really good catfish, really good catfish, boudin balls, and all of that Cajun stuff. Oh, they have beignets too, by the way. I never had real ones from New Orleans, from Cafe du Monde, but I'm gonna have to try those one day this summer. I may be going to Essence, so I may try some then. Phil and Derek's has really good brunch. And it's also a good hangout spot too for like millennials. I've seen some older people in it too, which don't mean older people can't go, but I'm just giving you what type of demographics they cater to and what type of demographics are really there. So in my next video, I'm actually going to do a keto-friendly video for those people who want more information about it. But that's all I have for Houston. I can see myself here for many years. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon because moving is expensive for one, and also because I like the place. I feel like you don't have to move away from Houston to experience a different quality of life. I think all you need to do is maybe just go to another side. That's likely to happen. You have Pasadena, which I wouldn't recommend nobody to go to, but then if you want to, do that. Humble, Atascocita, Spring, the Woodlands, Katy, Cypress, Missouri City, Friendswood, Pearland, Sugarland. All of these places are suburban places of Houston, and you don't necessarily have to move away from the city to experience a different quality of life. All those places are different. So thank you for watching my video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more for you later.
Yo, pick yourself, ooh, pick yourself, ooh, pick yourself, ooh, pick yourself.